For a young person that has lost a little bit of connection, possibly with their parents, how do you maintain connection with your parents?
I call them too often, honestly. Like, I call them like, I think like 5, 6 times a day. Like, okay, so the thing is, I don't really have like much friend groups here. And I just call my parents all the time. Like when I'm driving, I'm like calling them and I'm updating them and things like that. And my dad, every single day, he's like, have you posted a video? Send me a video. Send me a video. I need to see a video. And he gets so critical about it. And I love it, and I just call them all the time. And I try my best to fly back down as much as I can. And I realize that like, I have to be there for them because essentially Australia is nice, but it's not my home at the time being. Home will always be where my parents are. Yeah, and I call them all the time. And my siblings as well. We call them like almost every day at least, I think. Yeah. I'm too annoying for them, I think.
How important is dad's feedback? Whether dad understands the hook or the editing styles or the color grade is not what I'm asking. My question's more around how important is it still for Darren to have some feedback from dad?
It's massively, I think it's massively important, even for my mom, like to hear the feedback about how everything is. It makes me happy that I have someone to support me, because I thought about it. I was like, what if my dad doesn't support me doing this? I'd actually be like quite sad because I'd be doing this so alone, But my dad and mom really supports like a lot of stuff I do, and I think that's what has helped me like and my parents are the typical Asian parents, you need to be doctors, lawyers, and this and that. So it's really kind to see that like at the end of the day they're still there to support me regardless of what I do, yeah. And I really appreciate that. And the thing about both of them is they were both working initially, and they have all this abundance of experience that they have. They may not know anything about the hook or anything like that, or what they know is how do I manage people, how do I manage my emotions, how do I don't implode myself, how do I don't explode, and I think that's where their expertise are immense to help me as an individual, because humans are all the same regardless of which industry you're in, and I think they can guide me really well in that aspect. Yeah, I'm not sure whether you have watched the Avatar, like the cartoon one, but like there's this character called Iroh, and Iroh is a wartime general who basically went through a lot of stuff, killed a bunch of people, and eventually he comes back and self-realizes. So he's this man with so much experience that can help me, and that's who my dad is. When he was in the corporate world, he was this really arrogant person. I never spoke to him, but he's got all these experiences to help me now to ensure that I don't become that, and I think that's really good, and he can help me. And my mom as well, they've got so much of experience to help me out. They may not know what the hook is, but they know how to help me regulate my emotions in a certain way. Always be grateful for that, honestly.